Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you a really great drill that some of your favorite pros on TV are doing. You've actually probably seen it if you've been watching their pre-shot routines. So if you're looking for better ball striking and better control of the club face for straighter shots, then stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. I want to help you get better this year. All right, so we're going to take a look at a couple of really crazy looking pre-shot routine swings. So first we're going to take a look at the routine of Max Homa. So Max has been on the rebound lately. He's starting to round into peak form again, and he's been doing it with this drill that helps him get the right feel in his swing. You're going to see here as we play this that his pre-shot routine involves a big kind of an increase in his bow or his butt back hip flexion, and then he swings the club way around to the left. Of course, it looks kind of weird. It looks very exaggerated, but this is kind of the type of feel you need to get if you're going to really make a substantial change to your swing, especially if you're a better player and you've hit a lot of golf balls. You need a super exaggerated feel in order to make your swing even budge an inch or two. Now, Justin Rose, who's been huge lately, he has an even more exaggerated one. And you can, if you've been watching him, you follow golf, he's been doing this for several years now. So he's come up with this feel that just really, really works for him. And you can see, again, it's this big time increase in the butt back bow with a very low left exit, something like that. So what it gives, why would someone want to do something so weird looking, especially a guy on TV? They couldn't be feeling this, could they? Right? Well, this is their drill swing that they've done on the range for a long time, and it actually kind of gets, the drill itself kind of gets to be a habit, like you've done it before so many shots in a row over a couple of years or several months that you actually feel more comfortable doing the drill first. But it's giving them a feel. What is it giving a feel for? The bottom line here is it's giving a feel so they don't get stuck. So stuck would often mean, and a lot of you out there watching are stuck. This is why you're slicing it, blocking it, hooking it, chunking it. You would tend to lose the hip flexion. In other words, early extend and stand up, and then your club is exiting this way, more to the right and flipping over. And this would be a great drill for you. So what does that pattern? Well, there's a lot of people that fit in this pattern. You have your slicers, because slicers generally tend to stand up and swing very vertically to match. Sometimes outside in, but it's really the vertical part that gets them to slice. And then you've got your better players who have made an attempt to swing inside to out, but they get very tall. Of course, the shaft still gets tall and they're flipping the club over. In this case, you get less rotation. You get often more of a casty look. Your path is too far to the right, your divots are too far back, and the club face is extremely difficult to control, to hit even 3 shots in a row that look remotely the same, unless you're having a really good day. So it brings us to the number 1 and number 2 most important issues when you're trying to learn how to play better golf, and that is the control of the low point, where the club is going to reach its lowest point. You've got to have control over that, and then it comes to the control over the angle of the face. And when you don't have good control over that, you're going to either slice it, hook it, or both alternately, and that's your army golf. So we're going to have a lot of chunks, a lot of blocks, a lot of pushes, slices, and hooks. Not nearly as many straight shots as you need to play good golf. And so this drill might just be for you too. You might try this. Of course, you would try it at home in front of a mirror a bunch of times first, before you even take it to a golf ball. And then when you do take it to a golf ball, of course, what I always tell you is take a very small club and go very slowly, as 30 yards if you have to. So This will be an opposite, therefore. So they're here, and then increasing the butt back bow. So I'm increasing this amount of hip flexion to feel the reverse of what I'm normally doing, which would be to stand up and lose that hip flexion. And then I'm working that club around to the left. So if I were to do this very softly and go for, really try to duplicate what I just did there, I almost have to stop at the top here. It would look something like that. Let's do one more and then we'll take a look at that in slow motion. I'm going slow enough to where I feel like I'm reasonably duplicating that practice move. So you might add a practice swing ahead of time. You'd kind of sit it in the slot. They always start kind of in the shallow slot. Bow. Your nose will get closer to the ground. You'll feel very crunched, but your butt needs to go backwards. Bow and turn and exit low left. Okay, now I'm going to go slow enough. Don't care about the contact, just trying for the form here. Something like that. Let's take a look and see that one in slow motion, see if I did any good or not. And of course, you're going to see while I thought I was doing the practice swing. You can see I made a compromise, which is very normal when you have a ball in the way. You're going to lose somewhere between 50 and 80% back in the direction of your normal swing. That's the reason for the exaggeration. As soon as you put a ball in the way, and I'm only hitting it 100 yards here, and I lose half of what I'm trying to do. So imagine if I tried to hit it 150 with this 8-iron, I would lose more. And then this is just the driving range. If I will go out to the course and do it, I'm going to lose more. And then if I'm hitting into the wind, over water with some money on the line, I'm going to get even more back to normal. I might be 99% normal again. So you can see why the feel is so exaggerated. Of course, it is a it is a license to hit a bunch of really, really bad shots on the range at first. And if you're not hitting really bad shots, you're probably not doing it enough. But what is this going to help you with? It's going to help you make the plane of your swing a little bit more around, less vertical. A lot of people are much too vertical. This is going to help you make the club travel around you more, because it almost, you can see if I were to make a swing, and you can try this at home, if I bow as far as I can, like this, and now I'm going to try to make a swing that sweeps the grass between my feet somewhere, like this. You can see the shape of the swing that has to happen. It has to be so much more this way. It almost is built in automatically. If you can increase that bow going through impact, it really requires a swing that comes much more from a shallow slot from the inside. And then of course it goes back around to the inside on plane, and that allows you to really keep the face on line with the arc a long time. We'll do just one more here. So we'll do a practice swing. I set it in the slot, increase the butt back bow, exit low left. It's almost a 3-piecer at first until you can make it fluid. Same thing here, real easy and slow. And of course I'm hitting heel down, which means I must be coming in much more bent over with the shaft, much lower than these clubs are set for. The horrible truth though is, if you're standing up this way and your club is exiting out to the right, it gets very tall. In fact, most of you out there are playing toe deep, because you start with the shaft here and you go through impact with it looking like this. I've seen as much as 15 and 20 degrees higher at impact than I see at address. It goes from like 50 degrees at address to 70 degrees at impact. And you could see you simply could not bend clubs. Possibly you couldn't even custom order clubs upright enough to get you to strike the turf correctly. So not only controlling the low point, but also controlling how smooth that club sweeps through the turf is highly important here too. So I recommend giving this drill a try. It's just simply set it in the shallow slot, increase the bow, and in both of their cases, I'll give you one more thing. They're also making the left shoulder dig down this way. It seems like an over-the-top move, but it's really getting that club to get unstuck. So remember that left shoulder move. It would be backswing, bow, dip that left shoulder down and back like you're attacking the ground over here with it, and get that club going around to the left. If you're stuck, this will be a miracle drill for you. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you'll like and subscribe. Visit my website, hititlonger.com. If you have a swing you want to send me, I will fix it for you. I will help you, and I will feature you in an upcoming video. Send it to steve@hititlonger.com, trim it to 3 seconds, and I'll take a look. If I don't see you in the next video, I'll see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.